Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel, Texas Gal Studio, coming to you with a little hair bow accessory tutorial. So, as y'all know, I've been a little MIA. I've come to post videos only, of course, of stuff that I've been destashing, and so we've been cleaning our workspace, our craft room, and trying to organize all our stuff, trying to declutter, and within all that cleaning as well, we're getting orders and special requests, and so we kind of shove all our goodies to the side and start creating. And so I hadn't created anything in a little bit as far as bows go, and I'm so glad I got this special request because I have tons of ribbon, and I did destash a lot, but a lot of my ribbon wasn't being used, and so I'm so glad, like I said, I got this special request. It kind of just inspired me to continue creating, and after I got this request, I've just been making bows. Like, I literally made about another set of 16 to 17 bows, and I want to post up on my Etsy shop. And so I guess where I'm going at is I love special requests, or when people ask me, can you do this for me, because it kind of inspires me, and it clicks, you know, it's something clicks in my little brain. Especially when, you know, I haven't created in a while. So I came onto YouTube and I saw several different videos, and so what I did was I grabbed inspiration from one video and then from another video, and I'm bringing those two different inspirations into this one video. So in creating this bow, I'm going to be using black 7/8, I think it's called 7/8 on the width part, and the red also 7/8. Actually, all three that I use are 7/8 of an inch on the width part. On the length, the black and the red are 12 inches long, and if you noticed, I heat set them with the lighter at the ends so the ribbon doesn't fray. I'm folding them in half, and then in the crease I do a little pinch, and then I add a little line just so I know where the middle's at. And then I'm going to be using hot glue gun. You could use any adhesive you'd like, but I'm using my hot glue to adhere this part. Excuse me. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get one side of the ribbon, and I'm going to loop it, and then I just adhere it down, which is one end of the ribbon, and then I'll show you again in a little bit. And so this is super fun. This is a baseball themed bow, and I had really a lot of fun creating this bow. Like I said, I had not had a chance to actually get my little gears working and creating bows, and this kind of just took me out of that rut, and I'm having fun right now creating these bows. I should be organizing more this room, and like I said, I will be coming to you with a workspace craft room tour as soon as I finish. I don't want to show you the room. I think you'll still be a little frightened with it. I still need just a little bit more tweaking, but it's getting there. And again, so I'm going to be doing the same thing to the black ribbon. And I want to bring to you all some garden videos. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to record myself. Maybe I'll ask one of my kiddos to record me. I don't know, because my tripod broke. I think I need another one, and the one I do have is kind of small. So we'll see, but I do want to show you, because literally I've been all over the place. Like, I'm literally cleaning like the living room, decluttering the craft room, decluttering the kids' closets. The outside gardening never finishes. We have tons of tomato plants right now. I've been excited to show you. I just haven't had a chance to record them. There's a lot of zucchini also coming out of the garden. I'll show you where in my compost we ended up throwing some seeds, and those tomatoes just started growing like crazy. So I'll show you that as well. So right here with the bow, what I'm doing is I'm adding some glue to one side. Well, I'm not doing it just yet, but I'm gonna adhere them together. So I'm gonna add a line of glue to the black one. It doesn't matter, whichever one you want to do. And then I'm just gonna overlap the red one on top of the black. And so what that is a base for the main bow, I guess, like the main attraction, which is gonna be the bow that has a designed ribbon, and of course, like I said, it's going to be a baseball theme. So I'm going to add the baseball ribbon on the top. So now I'm going to show you how to do the top bow. And this ribbon that I'm getting is also 7/8 of an inch on the width, and I'm getting 24 inches long. And on those 24 inches, I will be cutting it in half to 12 inches. So you're going to have two 12-inch ribbons. And then I'm also going to heat set these. And so I'm doing this video right now because Jason is asleep. I'm trying to get myself to make some breakfast. I don't even know what to eat, so I came straight over here to make this video. Hopefully by the time I finish editing this video, I will have eaten. So, okay, so now I'm getting one of the 12-inch ribbons. I'm going to add a line of glue, and then I'm going to overlap at the other end to create a circle or an oval. Okay, so that's one, and I'm going to do the same thing to the second one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of these ribbons, and I'm going to twist it in a figure 8, I guess, so to speak, way. And if I twist it, well, if you twist it to one way on one ribbon, you're going to want to twist it the opposite way with the other ribbon. So I'm going to show you right here. So I'm twisting, if you noticed, I twisted going like to the left hand side. So that's one twist. Here it goes again. See, I'm just kind of twisting my hand and the ribbon to the left hand side. And then I'm going to get a little clip just so I could set that to a side. And you can now get your other ribbon, twist this one now to the right. So this one's going right twist, which is more of the top. The one that's kind of twisting is the top part of the ribbon. And then you're going to create like an X with your two ribbons. So take the clip off, and then you'll just pinch it in the middle. And I'm using just sewing thread to knot it in the center. I'm just going to go around and around to create the knot or the tie there. And you can fluff up and add some of that stiffening spray to your ribbon. I haven't had a chance to do that yet, but I will. I've never purchased anything like that, and so I'm gonna go check it out at Michael's. I think it's by the fake plant section, if I'm not mistaken. And so I'm just showing you again. I think I didn't like the way the bow looked. That's why I'm doing it one more time. I'm like, why would I do it again? But yeah. And like I said, just play around with the ribbon. It's not going to be perfect, and you could just fluff it up as well. Yeah, I think I like that. So see, I'm just getting my sewing thread there, and I'm just going to go to town with it. I'm just going to wrap it, and then I do tie a knot as well. But yeah, what else should I tell you guys? I will be putting our Etsy shops on vacation mode on April 17th. We just recently placed in an application for a Lyman's Rodeo, which is happening in San Antonio, Texas, and so we really need to prep for that. Hopefully, I don't know how the process goes, if the application is actually a I guess like a mini interview, if we are accepted or not. I'm not sure. We've never attended this Lyman's Rodeo. We've attended one in Seguin, and this year will be our 5th year going, and that's until July though. But so this one is May 6th. It starts on Friday, but the kiddos are in school, so we can't get out on the 5th early, because I think they're testing on that day as well. So what we'll do is we'll take off as soon as they get out of school and just be over there on the 6th, come back home 7th in the evening. But so like I said, I'm not sure if there's like a process for the application. Hold on, I'll get back to that right now, telling you that story. So right here, what I'm doing is I actually am just heat setting the center part of the bow. I didn't have a smaller, I think they're 5/8 of an inch width. So what I did is I got my 7/8 of an inch black ribbon, and I cut it in half, and I just heat set it all around just so it won't fray. I'm setting that in the center with hot glue, and I tied it, you saw me tie the string all around, and so now it's just going to be covering all that, so you're not going to see the thread at all, which is pretty cool. So it kind of really doesn't matter what color of thread you use, but I like to stick to the color of ribbon to coincide with the thread. And so like I was saying, I don't know if there's like a process for that Lyman's Rodeo, because if I'm not mistaken, it's a large rodeo, and this rodeo travels, so we won't see it in San Antonio probably into another 4 or 5 years, because it's going, I think, to a lot of different states. So we're fortunate to have it this year here in Texas, which is 4 hours away from where we live, so we are excited to go over and set up a booth with my husband's Lyman apparel and accessories. And so that's why I'm closing our 3 shops early, mid-April, so we could start prepping a lot of our products, like bows. I've been doing bows, like I said. I'm so glad this bow request inspired me to create some Lyman bows, or Lyman girl bows. Okay, so getting back to the bow real quick, I just added adhesive to the back of the bow, and I centered it right on the base, and that's pretty much it. And right here you can actually add some spray onto that. I actually have, let me see, what do I add to the back? Oh, I'm gonna add some of the baseball theme ribbon, and I think I'm getting about 5 to 6 inches long. And then I'm just I'm adding like the little V peaks, peaks. And so what I do is I cut it, I fold it in half on one end, excuse me, and then I cut it going upward. So I'll show you right now. But like I said, going back to the Lyman's Rodeo, I hope they do accept us. I sent in the application, like I said, through the mail like they requested. See how I'm cutting that ribbon? And so that on that, I'm just going to heat set it as well. So I'm going to do that to 2 different ribbons. So we'll be closing the shops April 17th. We'll open back up on May 9th, May 10th. But then again, come July, we'll be putting our shops in vacation mode. Not closing it, but you know, vacation mode for a bit. So I really love that Etsy allows us to do that. So yeah, if you've never seen any of our lineman items and are interested to see what it's about, I'll leave the link down below. It's lymanAttitude.etsy.com. And then of course in my shop, I do have some stuff. I don't have as much as my husband's shop. That's at TexasGalStudio.etsy.com. And then of course the last shop that I have, which is just crafty goodies, is happycreating.etsy.com. So that's, you know, I try to separate the shops with their stuff. Like my Texas Gal Studio is like pretty much a little bit of everything. You'll see me have cards in there, bows, D-stash, jewelry that I make. So that's like, I guess, like, yeah, a studio. It has a lot of stuff. And my husband's is of course catering to lineman stuff, and my crafting is Happy Creating is just a lot of crafty stuff. And that's pretty much it on that bow. So what I could have done, which I didn't, is, you know those little lobster clasps, that one that I'm showing you right now, I could have lined it. I didn't, only because I think by this point I saw the video was getting up to 18 minutes. So if you've lasted with me up until now, thank you so much. I was just running out of time, and it's really simple to line the little clasp there. So maybe I'll come back in another video and do it. But so I kept that one simple because this one I'm making for my daughter. And I'm thinking when I'm gonna add the clasp at the end on the ones that I'm gonna sell up on my Etsy shop, I'm not gonna use hot glue to adhere the clasp onto the ribbon. I'm gonna use E6000 only because I feel that in the summer that hot glue is going to just part away from that. I've had instances where that happens when I'm selling some of my the linemen or line girls ribbons, and they don't last. So mind that I will be adding E6000 to the ones I have up on my shop. So if you're interested, I'll leave the link down below. I'm not sure if I'm going to be posting any of the ribbons just yet that I'm creating, but stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks y'all. Bye.